Yes.
The doctor will see you now.
Okay.
Have a seat right here. He'll be right in.
Okay.
Hello, Mr. Gehrig. What seem to be your symptoms today?
My hands won't stop shaking. I have very little strength in my arms and legs.
Anything else? Do you have any speech problems?
When I'm yelling to my teammates on the baseball field, they can't hear me as well.
You seem to be developing the symptoms of early stages of ALS. I'm going to bring the nurse in to explain to you what ALS and what exactly happens to you.
Okay, thank you, doctor.
It's good meeting you.
You too.
Okay, so ALS is a progressive muscular neurological disease. And what's going to happen is your motor neurons in your muscles and your brain and your spinal cord are going to deteriorate. And so that's going to cause your muscles to also die. And so your muscles will get smaller and you'll lose most of the function of them. So you might see weakness or less of an ability to walk or do things on your own. But it won't affect your brain and your mind and your memory because it only attacks the motor neurons and not your sensory neurons.
Okay.
Do you have any other questions?
No, I do not. Thank you, nurse.
Right this way, Mr. Gehrig. You can just have a seat right here, and I'll go get the doctor.
So what seems to be the problem today?
My symptoms from before have gotten worse, and now I can hardly run to first base.
ALS is not a contagious disease, but it is a fatal disease.
Okay.
By the looks of it, you probably have 1 to 2 years to live. However, there's this new medication out that can slow the disease down, but it won't stop it completely. But you might be able to live longer. And I'll have the nurse explain.
Okay, so what these are is it's called Rilutech, and it's a pill that will slow down patients with ALS, slow down their muscle deterioration and weakness and stuff, but it will not stop the disease because ALS is incurable.
Thank you, nurse.
You're welcome.
Hello, everybody. My name is Gehrig, and I am here to announce my retirement.
Why are you deciding to retire?
Because the disease I have been diagnosed with has caused me to no longer be able to play baseball.
How do you feel right now, physically and mentally, about your decision?
My body feels really weak, and emotionally I'm pretty upset that this is causing me to quit my job.
What was your favorite memory of playing baseball?
My favorite memory is when we won the World Series in 1927. And I brought today my nurse to explain some of the things that is going on with me.
What is ALS?
ALS is the disease that Lou here has, and what it is, it's a progressive muscular disease that will slowly deteriorate his muscles because it attacks the motor neurons in his brain and spinal cord, which will cause them to die. And since the motor neurons have control of the muscles will also deteriorate and die.
Is it contagious?
No, it's not contagious, but anyone can get it at any time, although it does affect older people who are 40 to 70 years old.
Is it curable?
No, we don't have a cure, but there is some experimental drugs drug that we have out that is called Reliotech.
What does this mean for Lou?
This means that Lou's body is just not in the shape to play professional baseball, and so he is retiring because he isn't strong enough or fast enough to play at this level.
What exactly is the symptoms of ALS?
Lou experiences muscle weakness and fatigue. He can't hold things very well, and he also has trouble swallowing or breathing in the progressed stages, and his speech is slower. That's why I'm explaining it for him.
The news of Gehrig's illness stunned the country. And on July 4th, a huge, sad crowd packed Yankee Stadium to pay tribute to their beloved hero. Babe Ruth came back, and the two old teammates ended their long feud. Manager Joe McCarthy presented him with a trophy. At first, Gehrig was too moved to speak.
For the past 2 weeks, you've been reading about a bad brag. Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth. That I might have been given a bad break, but I've got an awful lot to live for. Thank you.
He died 2 years later of what is now called Lou Gehrig's disease.